Zoom, Zoom? Zoom's acquiring a common room, yes. But what I find interesting is that they have been known as a video platform, and now they're going to be what are they? I mean, all-in-one platform? I didn't even think these tools were like related at all. Wow, it's interesting. Zoom, it looks like they're going to be making a play into the sales area. I think they're just going to make into a play into all-in-one platform. Zoom is a brand. If they start just acquiring companies, they could make a play because they already have a lot of customers. And I think they're a $26 billion company or so. Like, they got some money. They are making a push. They have a note taker as well. I think it's supposed to close in the next few weeks. That could be a very interesting turn of events, and I'm excited to see what kind of happens from that.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Vector, aka the reason that your ad targeting actually works. You know, the ones with the cute little ghosties in the feed. Your favorite marketing team's secret weapon for ad targeting. See why at vector.co.
Hello, and welcome back to Notorious B2B. Taz is out on PTO today, which is interesting because I didn't even know we had PTO, so good on her. But she's out, and honestly, I was going to charge this whole episode. It's July 2nd, 4th of July weekend coming up. Everyone's on vacation. LinkedIn's slow. I was going to cancel it until I saw the docket, and I couldn't because we got some juicy, urgent topics and some good things to kind of noodle on. Okay. So I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it sweet, but we got some good stuff. I really just could not let this go. So let's just get into it.
Urgent all hands.
First up, saw this post today, July 2nd. Zoom, Zoom? Zoom's acquiring a common room. Yes. I find that to be interesting because Zoom is a video platform, and now they're acquiring a common room, which is like sales intelligence, AI signals, things like that. But as of today, Zoom announced that they are acquiring a common room. No disclosed amount right now. I actually saw it first from Kevin, who was their head of common room's head of marketing. He's at a new company now. I saw him post about it on LinkedIn and went down the rabbit hole. So yeah, Zoom is acquiring common room. Tez and I actually talk about this a lot. I don't know about you guys, but I love Zoom. I've actually never heard great things, but I love Zoom. And we're actually thinking about going back to Zoom, but that's a whole nother conversation. I love Zoom, but what I find interesting is that they have been known as a video platform, and now they are going to be what are they? I mean, an all-in-one platform. Isn't that interesting? We've seen a lot of mergers and acquisitions this year. There's quite the trend of a lot of these companies. Even again, in terms of I didn't even think these tools were related at all. Wow, it's interesting. Zoom, it looks like they're going to be making a play into the sales area. I think they're just going to make into a play into all-in-one platform. That's what I think is going on. And that's interesting to me. It makes sense. They're part of sales calls, right? They are part of that. I get that because it's a video platform. They made their name in the vid era. But yeah, Zoom is a brand. If they start just acquiring companies, they could make a play because they already have a lot of customers. And I think they're a $26 billion company or so. They got some money. They are making a push, and they probably have a lot of data too, because again, they're recording these. They have a note taker as well. Interesting. Saw that today. I think it's supposed to close in the next few weeks. That could be a very interesting turn of events, and I'm excited to see what kind of happens from that. Moving on, Fable 5 access is back as of July 1st, which was is this recording yesterday. Fable 5, if you didn't hear our episode last week, it was banned from the government, but it's Anthropic, newest model, banned from the government, put a hold on June 26th, but now it's back. And I don't know, I've been using it. I don't think it's set. It still hallucinates. It still says its skills are updated, but then when I ask it to do the thing, it doesn't do the thing that we updated in the skill based on the feedback. Is it what? I might not be the ICP for this. I understand it's probably more for coding and maybe for, hacking, I guess. But yeah, I love the hoopla, but it still hallucinates. Even though I tell it no M dashes, it still uses M dashes. No spotty, no 2-word sentences, still uses it. Still hallucinates, still gives me bad data, But that's interesting, but it's back. I'm excited to see kind of what people kind of make out of that. I do wonder, I really hope this doesn't become a theme. New model launches, government's scared or someone's scared, and they put it on pause for 5 days and they get it back. It's like a marketing stunt, but also I don't know. I don't like it. Just let it roll as long as it's okay, I guess. Or actually get better. How about that? Maybe a model that doesn't hallucinate. Moving on. Next urgent all hands we got here. So OpenAI is now delaying its IPO to 2027. OpenAI is pushing its stock market debut from 2026 to 2027, blaming the weather. Not the real weather, but the market weather. They're basically saying, it's just not time. It's shaky market. We don't want to go into that. I call bullshitic. At least I do. In my opinion, I could be wrong. SpaceX or, SpaceX. They went out. They had this huge blow up. They went out, became public. Big debut. I don't think OpenAI wants to be compared to that. Because if they go out, it's a gamble, right? It's a gamble. They go out and they go public, but it's not the same kind of valuation that SpaceX had. They might look bad. Couple key points here. It does say that OpenAI wants $1 trillion valuation, which is up from their private value market cap of $730 to $150 billion. Another note here that I saw, which could be reason why, is Anthropic's eating their lunch. So what I've heard, Anthropic's consumer base is actually up 75% since January, which is, they've done a lot of stuff, Fable 5 and all that stuff. I mean, Anthropic's or OpenAI is still, going for it. It's not, they're still buzzing. They're still making a ton of money. But Sammy Alt is delaying the IPO till 2027. Honestly, I get it. Moving on. That is it for Urgent All Hands. We do now have some good noodling. So let's go to Let's Noodle. Yeah.
Hey there. Jess Cook, head of marketing at Vector here. And anyone who listens to Tass and Tim on Notorious B2B is a friend of mine. So I'm going to hold your hand while I say this. Native targeting is filling your funnel with ghosts. Wouldn't you rather put your ad dollars toward, people on your website, clicking your ads, researching your competitors? I know I would. Vector lets you build ad audiences from those exact people. Unlike native targeting, which gatekeeps that shit, only letting you pick some titles and industries and then just trusting them to show your ads to the right people. Boo. Okay, rant over, go to vector.co and get your ad audiences right.
Let's noodle.
First up, we have a post from Jonathan Javier. He basically says, LinkedIn, have you ever thought about where your social media ends and your professional life begins? He goes on to this thing about the blurred lines of your real, social life and, posting on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever it is. But the whole thing is he brings up a story. To be honest, it's an older story. It's from 2019, but it's an interesting story. So there was someone that actually got fired from their job because they posted a meme on Facebook. So this person actually posted a meme. The meme was Elmo sitting on the porta potty. It says, boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time. It's actually funny because of the rhyming. Basically, and then there's a text message. There's a whole story behind it, but there's a text message that was released from the employer saying you're fired basically from this. And the story is actually very interesting, in my opinion, because there's mixed comments on this. If you actually go through the post, there's a number of mixed comments on, okay, it's your personal profile. You can post whatever you want. And the other side's you should not. At the end of the day, you are representing a brand. You are representing a company. And we see this type of stuff all the time with LinkedIn. Don't post. Some people, Taz has told the story a lot. You have to. She has had, when she worked at a company, she had to actually go through legal and stuff. And they were always question, give you some rude comments because you were posting on LinkedIn. I don't think brands own your social at all. Clearly not. But you are representing a brand. There's no debate there. And that can go good and bad. This one, they posted on Sunday, so it's not even during work. It was on Facebook, so it's a little bit different than LinkedIn. They actually did sue the company after that for defamation and won $150,000 in the judgment. And he pushed the employer into bankruptcy. Wow, brutal. But we all go through this. I do not think companies actually own. They don't own your profile. That said, posting something like that, in my opinion, is funny. If I was the boss, I thought that'd be funny. I don't think this is the line. I think this is fine. What this kind of meme type of thing, I think it's just funny to an extent. There is things you probably should not be posting because even though maybe they don't own your personal profile and you have freedom of speech, they also have freedom of firing you, right? Maybe I'm wrong. You tell us, maybe I'm wrong. But there's tons of stories like this. I just thought this one was very interesting because it's kind of like a funny joke and harmless joke. And when I worked at an amusement park, I did the same exact thing. Not the meme thing, but poop on company time. Well, that got weird. Moving on. Another post here from Steven Stilwell with 1 L. No, 3 L's. Oops. He's telling a story here. So he starts with a 28-year-old paid $18,000 to invent 4 million fake customers. JPMorgan paid her $175 million without checking a single name. Then paid another $100 million for lawyers to put her in prison. Charlie Javis founded Frank in 2017 at 24 years old, a platform that helped college students apply for financial aid. It worked, just not at the scale she was about to claim. By 2019, she was on the Forbes 30 and under 30, and by 2021, JPMorgan wanted to acquire her. The bank offered $175 million, but one condition: prove you have the customers you say you have. Frank had fewer than 300,000 real users, which is actually pretty good. But Javis, so the founder, Charlie Javis, the founder of Frank, went on to pay a data science professor $18,000 to generate a list of 4.25 million fake students. Fake names, fake emails, fake birth dates, and even fake income levels. Regardless, JPMorgan signed the check without verifying a single one. She personally walked away with $29 million and a managing director title at the largest bank in America. Then JPMorgan tried to send marketing emails to Frank's 4 million customers. 70% of them bounced. An engineering director testified that the week before the deal closed, Javis asked him to help fabricate the numbers. He refused, and she told him, "We don't want to end up in orange jumpsuits." She was arrested in 2023 while out on $2 million bail awaiting trial. She became a Pilates instructor in South Florida. In March 2025, she was convicted on all 4 counts of bank fraud, securities fraud, wire fraud, and conspiracy. Sentenced to 85 months in federal prison and was ordered to pay $275 million in restitution. Then the final twist: because the acquisition contract had made her a JPMorgan employee, the bank was legally required to cover her entire legal bill. It exceeded $100 million. The judge told JPMorgan they had a lot to blame themselves for not checking before signing, then sentenced her away. She paid $18,000 to fake 4 million customers and sold the lie to the largest bank in America. JPMorgan said paid $175 million for the company, then $100 million for lawyers to send her to prison. Wow. It's a little bit older story, but it was kind of resurfaced on the LinkedIn. The reason I bring it up, though, is it's an interesting story, kind of crazy. And I do honestly think JPMorgan's at fault here. You said you needed to check them. You didn't. A little weird. This is obviously way before real AI as well. So my thing here is like, how many companies are doing this right now? Because you know how easy it is way easier now to automate creating fake emails, fake names, fake all this stuff, and just submit requests. Like, I'm not saying anyone should do this, and I'm not saying anyone is. But in theory, you could make it look really real. You could make automations with Cowork or ChatGPT or Codex or anything like that. You could have it submit demo forms, free trial forms, PLG, whatever your form is, 10 a day. You can have it set 10 a day, 12 a day, 13 a day. If you want to be conservative. And you do that over 2 years, heads up. Let's just say you did 50 a day. You could have it do that. And I have a feeling a lot of companies are. And I am excited for when those come out and we tell the story. It's just wild. And well, it's wild because of that, but also like JPMorgan's stupidity and her stupidity because she stayed on with JPMorgan. When I read that, I was like, what the are you doing? If you're going to do this, don't stay on with the company. Like, wash your hands, get out of there. I think people need to learn how to be better scam artists. I really do. It's interesting. Moving on. We have no close one today because I wanted to do a close loss section. We got some interesting stuff here. So welcome to close loss. Because when Taz is away, I'm going to do what I want. So close loss, starting off, we have, and I guess some of these stories could have been close loss too. Starting off, we have the dark side of LinkedIn. I don't know if I should be jealous or disappointed that I don't get these type of messages, or I don't know. I really don't know. But first one is from Alvin Edfers. Starts it off. I just matched with your wife on Tinder. We need to have a chat. He goes on to say, I can't decide if subject lines like this piss me off or make me cringe, or both. But if you see agencies flexing clickbait subject lines like this, they did something. Then posting about them, trying to impress people with any vanity metrics like our open rates are so high, when not a single one of them replies is positive. And they couldn't show you a single meeting booked from a campaign like that. Don't try to steal their clever lines. We consistently blah, blah, blah. I don't care. But the screenshot is of the actual email with the headline. which says, I matched with your wife on Tinder. We need to talk. Hey, Elvin, not sure if you're married, but because you can't see the exact email, but talk about a close loss type of headline. Yes, your open rates would be great, but wow. I don't even think that's the worst one. I feel like there's got to be so much worse out there too. Close loss for a reason. Next up, we have a post here from Nika Kotlarikova. I think I got that one. Screenshot. LinkedIn equals Tinder. We have 3 messages here. One from June 27th, June 19th, and March 25th. Blurs out the names and some of the headlines, so it's fair, but it says, you can see some of the text. First one says, you're so pretty. Second one has 3 rings, sparkles, heart. The other one says, can we finally make plans? Winky face. So this is clearly these crazy people on LinkedIn trying to play the Tinder game on LinkedIn. I don't know if I should be mad or grateful that I don't get these messages. Obviously, I'm on the other side of it. I would never do this. But, I would like to think I'd get one spam like this. I mean, come on. No, this is just the terrible side of LinkedIn. It's just so, the audacity to do that is just so crazy to me. Like, what are we doing here? I know sometimes it works, and I like to play devil's advocate and say, it could be, and in theory it could, but these are, you're so pretty, and then the 2 dots of the circle, 3 rings and hearts. Like, these are terrible lines. Like, what are we doing here? And 3 in 3 months, it's wild. I'm sorry, Nika. I really am. I'm sorry for everyone that gets these. It's really wild. Unless you have a story of how it actually worked out, then we'd love to know. Please. It'd be great. But that's it for today. Like I said, I'm going to keep it short, sweet. We had some interesting topics. Common Room getting acquired by Zoom. Again, what? Is this, what is the landscape? The acquisitions this year as well. Wow. Fable 5, it's out, it's back. I hope no one gets scammed. I hope no one gets, not scammed. I hope no one gets hacked. But, I wish you would fix some of the hallucinations though as well. That'd be great. ChatGPT or OpenAI not IPOing anymore. That's funny, actually. And some interesting stories. Thank you all. Hope you're enjoying your summer. That's Notorious B2B. Control.
And shout out to Vector, the only way to build ad audiences by name and escape the chokehold that native ad targeting has on your budget. I added that last part in, but it's true. Go check them out at vector.co.